There is a form that USCIS began requiring for certain senior applicants starting this year. It is not widely covered, it is not explained in the main instructions packet, and it has a submission window. If that window closes before you submit, your entire application goes into what USCIS calls administrative hold. That is not a denial, but it is not moving forward either. It sits, sometimes for 6 months, sometimes longer. If someone in your household is over the age of 65 and they have an application pending with USCIS right now, or if they are about to file, this video is going to show you exactly which 5 documents that application cannot move forward without. Not 4, not 6. 5 specific documents, and one of them is something most families are not preparing because they do not know it is required. Immigration attorneys charge $350 an hour to review senior applicant files for exactly this. You are getting that same review right now. And there is one connection between these 5 documents and a senior's Social Security benefit amount that almost no one covers, and we will reach it before this video ends. I am David, and I went through the official USCIS policy manual and the SSA's publication on non-citizen benefit eligibility to prepare this. Everything you are about to hear comes directly from uscis.gov and ssa.gov, not community forums, not immigration Facebook groups. Before we go through all 5 documents, USCIS does not call your family when a document requirement changes for senior applicants. They update the manual, they post a notice, and they expect you to find it. Subscribe right now and turn on the bell notification so the next update reaches you before it affects your parents' case or your own. And join our WhatsApp community linked in the description below. We send confirmed updates the moment they are verified. One share from you tonight could protect an elderly parent, a grandparent, or a neighbor who has no one helping them navigate this. Now let us go through exactly what we found. Here is what is confirmed under current USCIS policy and federal immigration law. Senior applicants, meaning individuals 65 years of age or older applying for adjustment of status or certain immigration benefits, are subject to the same documentation requirements as all other applicants. However, under USCIS Policy Manual Volume 7, Part A, seniors who cannot meet certain English or civics requirements due to a disability or age-related condition may qualify for medical certification exemptions. These exemptions are real. They are documented, and they are available if the correct form is submitted with the application. Here is what is circulating in community groups and on social media right now that is not accurate. That seniors do not need to submit all 5 required documents if they are already receiving Medicare or Social Security. That receiving a federal benefit proves legal status and replaces document requirements. That is false. Federal benefit enrollment and immigration document submission are completely separate systems. One does not satisfy the other. The difference between believing that and knowing the truth is an application sitting in administrative hold for months or longer. We are going to make sure you know exactly which documents are required and why. The first thing the official documentation confirms is that every senior applicant must submit a valid government-issued identity document, and it must match exactly. Under USCIS Policy Manual Volume 12, Part D, identity verification for senior applicants requires either a valid passport from the applicant's country of birth or a government-issued national identity card with a photograph and date of birth. The name on this document must match the name on every other form in the application package. This sounds simple. But for seniors who immigrated decades ago, the name on their original entry document may differ from the name they have used in daily life. A missing middle name, a different transliteration of a family name, a married name used in one country, and a birth name used in another. Any of these discrepancies can trigger a request for evidence that delays the case by 90 days or more. Say exactly this when preparing your senior family member's documents. Every document in this package must show the exact same name, letter for letter, as the identity document. Check the passport. Check the SSA card. Check the Medicare card. Check the I-94 arrival record if one exists. If there is any discrepancy, address it before the application is submitted, not after. Never assume that a name variation will be understood or accepted without explanation. Under USCIS adjudication standards, unexplained name discrepancies are flagged automatically and require a sworn affidavit or legal name change documentation to resolve. That process adds time and cost that is entirely avoidable. This document requirement applies to all senior applicants regardless of visa type or current benefit status. It does not matter if the applicant has lived in the United States for 30 years. Identity documentation must be current and consistent. But the second document is where most families have been given wrong information, and it is the one that causes the longest delays. The second required document is the medical examination report. And for seniors, there are specific physician requirements that most families do not know about, per USCIS Policy Manual. Volume 8, Part B, the medical examination for adjustment of status applicants must be conducted by a USCIS designated civil surgeon, not a personal physician. Not a specialist the family has used for years, a designated civil surgeon. The results must be reported on Form Y-693, sealed by the civil surgeon, and submitted within 60 days of the examination date. For seniors with multiple health conditions, the civil surgeon must also complete a disability exception evaluation if the applicant is seeking an exemption from any testing requirement. This is not automatic. The family must request it specifically. Immigration attorneys charge $300 to $400 per consultation to review I-693 submissions for senior applicants. This video is giving you that same review. Consider a senior applicant whose family submitted an I-693 completed by the family's primary care physician, not a designated civil surgeon. USCIS rejected the medical examination in its entirety. Under USCIS policy, a medical examination conducted by a non-designated physician has no legal validity for immigration purposes, regardless of the physician's qualifications. The application was placed on hold. The family had to restart the medical process from the beginning, adding 4 months to the timeline. The correct step would have been to verify civil surgeon designation at USCIS.gov before the appointment was made. Third, and this connects directly to the document that almost no one prepares in advance, the third required document is proof of continuous residence. And for seniors, the standard proof most families submit is not sufficient. Under INA Section 245, adjustment of status applicants must demonstrate continuous lawful presence in the United States. For most applicants, this means tax returns, lease agreements, and utility bills. For seniors who have not been employed and who may have lived with family members rather than on their own lease, the standard proof trail does not exist in their name. USCIS accepts alternative evidence in these cases: affidavits from co-residing family members, medical records showing treatment at U.S. facilities, church or community organization records, but these alternatives must be assembled deliberately. They do not replace the standard evidence. They supplement it, and they must be organized into a coherent timeline. If your senior family member does not have documents in their own name showing continuous U.S. presence, start assembling alternative evidence now before the application is filed. And fourth, this is the specific document that most coverage never reaches. The fourth required document is a complete and current photograph set meeting USCIS biometric specifications. This seems minor. It is not. For senior applicants, USCIS requires photographs taken within 30 days of the application submission date. Photographs taken at a pharmacy or grocery store photo center frequently do not meet the white background, lighting, and dimension specifications in the USCIS Photo Standards Guide. A rejected photograph set sends the entire application back. For seniors who have difficulty traveling, arranging a second photograph session after a rejection is not a small inconvenience. Verify the photograph specifications at USCIS.gov before the photos are taken, not after. Now here is the connection that almost no coverage reaches. And this is what I mentioned at the beginning. These 5 immigration documents do not just affect your senior family member's immigration case. They connect directly to their Social Security benefit amount because of how SSA calculates benefit eligibility for non-citizens. Here's the mechanism in plain terms. Under SSA publication EN05-196, non-citizens may qualify for Social Security retirement or disability benefits if they meet the 40 work credit requirement or if they are the dependent spouse or survivor of a worker who does. But SSA uses immigration status at the time of application to determine which benefit rules apply. If a senior's immigration documents are not current, if their status is in administrative hold because documents were not submitted correctly, SSA may calculate their benefit under a more restrictive set of non-citizen rules that reduces the monthly payment. In real terms, for a senior in your family, a documentation gap that puts an immigration application into administrative hold can reduce a Social Security monthly benefit by as much as $200 to $400 while the hold remains in place. Most families never find out this connection exists until they see a reduced benefit statement and cannot understand why. Submitting these 5 documents correctly, on time, is not just about the immigration case. It protects the benefit payment at the same time. Here is your exact plan. Write this down or save this video. Step 1. Go to uscis.gov and search Civil Surgeon Locator. Find the nearest USCIS designated civil surgeon and schedule the I-693 examination before any other step. This takes the longest to complete and has the earliest expiration. Step 2. Pull out every identity document your senior family member has: passport, national ID, SSA card, Medicare card, any prior immigration documents. Lay them side by side. Check that the name is identical on every single one. If it is not, note the discrepancy and consult an immigration attorney before filing. Step 3. If your senior family member does not have lease agreements, utility bills, or tax records in their own name, begin collecting alternative residence evidence right now. Gather medical records, church records, school enrollment records for grandchildren, or signed affidavits from co-residing family. Step 4. Get USCIS compliant photographs taken at a location that follows the official photo guide. Verify specifications at usis.gov before the appointment. Step 5. Share this video with every family in your community who has a parent or grandparent with a pending or upcoming immigration matter. Send it directly to their phone tonight. This information does not reach most families until after the delay has already happened. Official resources: USCIS, uscis.gov, 1-800-375-5283, SSA for non-citizens, ssa.gov, pubs, EN 05-1996 PDF, Civil Surgeon Locator, uscis.gov, Civil Surgeons, Immigration Legal Aid, immigrationadvocates.org, Free Immigration Help, NILC.org, Benefits Eligibility, benefits.gov. 2 warnings before we finish. First, immigration scams. There are people charging families hundreds of dollars to prepare document packages for senior applicants. They are not attorneys. They are not BIA-accredited representatives. They are notarios, unauthorized consultants who take money, fill out forms incorrectly, and disappear when something goes wrong. Only work with attorneys licensed by a state bar or BIA-accredited representatives. You can verify both at justice.gov. Never pay anyone who promises they can speed up a USCIS case. No one outside USCIS can do that. Second, benefit scams. If someone contacts your senior family member by phone, text, or email and claims that their Social Security benefit is being suspended because of missing immigration documents, that is a scam. SSA does not suspend benefits by phone. They do not ask for personal documents over the phone. Real SSA communication comes by mail only. If your senior family member receives a suspicious call, hang up immediately. Call 1-800-772-1213 directly to verify anything. I want to hear from you directly. Which country are you originally from? And are you helping a parent or grandparent navigate an immigration or benefits matter right now? Drop it in the comments below. I read every single one, and your questions shape the next video. What we covered today is documented, confirmed, and already affecting senior applicants and their families across this country. USCIS will not send your family a personal explanation when document requirements change. This channel will. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join the WhatsApp community in the description so urgent updates reach you directly. I am David. You have rights in this country. You have benefits you have earned. Knowing both protects everything. Take care of yourself.